When they declare Boston strong martial law with the tanks and everything, the brigade, I would like to reach for my rifle and have one at my disposal. Sometimes that's not always possible. So a knife is simple and effective. In some cases, more so. Just go to a gas station and pick up a weapon. When you find yourself at odds with any individual on the street, no matter how protected or invincible they may seem,
They can be eliminated.
excuse me, sir, do you have a cigarette? Sir, I need a cigarette. Do you have a smoke? You'd be surprised how much power you can draw from an overhand slash. Imagine one day you're out on the streets, someone approaches you and asks you for a cigarette, and he gets you with a fierce underhand rocket up through the chin. That's something that you don't want to happen to you. I'm going to show you how to do it. Simple. Make yourself plain. Conceal your weapon. Don't talk to yourself. Make sure you look casual, like this. You want a nice casual look. It's a simple scenario. Get on the streets, find any dumpster. Any dumpster will do. Anything you can fit yourself in. Someone approaches. You need to make yourself silent, like this.
You gotta anticipate.
So you know I'm here, right?
Imagine you're a businessman absent-mindedly stumbling home from work after a long day. Who could possibly suspect a knife-wielding man inside of a dumpster, ready to perform figure eights to the face? We'll find out soon. Fuck. It's as simple as that.
The United Toilets of America. Hi, I'm Ken Lewis, former CEO of Bank of America. Here are some words you can use to describe me. Bulletproof, golden, untouchable, ironclad, godly. Together with my friends Chris Cox, John Corzine, Tim Geithner, Ben Bernanke, we're doing some really fucked up shit to the country, and you can't do a thing about it. That's right.
The shoe is untied.
You know what I hate about you little pussies? Everything.
Don't kill me with a knife. Don't knife me on the streets when I'm walking around Washington, D.C., because that's where you can find me. I have a house in Connecticut. I'm usually walking around the streets of Washington, D.C. Don't stab me with a knife. Don't do it. Don't kill me. Don't kill Ken Lewis, the former head of Bank of America. John Corzine. Who's John Corzine? Who's Rihanna? Who's John Corzine? I know who Rihanna is. I know the IMDb top 10. Who's John Corzine?
This video's
Dude,
so good.
that's a nice suit. Here, catch.
Oh, fuck, man. That's good shit. Oh, fuck. There was still more. Oh, well. I thought it was over. Dark Times with Dark Match Steve. That's where you are. Please don't leave. I am Dark Match Steve, the little twink. A lot of people fancy me because I'm cute. I'm a little spinner. And I have a few talents. I do parody songs. I make my own intro songs for my live stream here, which I utilize on normal nights when I can't intro with a good Sam Hyde bit. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? How's it going? So tonight we are going to get into a little bit of the varying theories behind what happened to that Chelsea Clinton looking bitch, Jessica Aber, former U.S. attorney under the Biden administration. That's what we're getting into. A little bit of that tonight. Now, I know some people, I'm going to get to the chat page in a minute. I know there's some people that are going to want, I don't know if that, maybe not. But possibly some people that are going to want me to touch on the Rhett situation or whatever. I don't know. Look, I teased yesterday on the stream. I said if Bubba and Dan and whoever in the studio, if they get into the Rhett situation, then we'll play that on my stream and break it down. Now, I didn't get to listen to all of the Bubba Army stream, the Bubba Army show, Bubba the Love Sponge show. I didn't get to listen to all of that today. There's only a few more minutes that I haven't caught up on, though. I listened to what I missed in the morning, the earlier part of the show, and I'm catching up with the very end of the show. But it seems, and I even asked a couple people that normally listen to the whole show, and other people verified that the Rhett situation did not get brought up. Which figures, I mean, what is there? Honestly, guys, what is there really to say about it? I know some people were looking into or looking forward to, I don't know, a little closure on that or something. I don't fucking know. Guys, he could end up coming back. Who the fuck knows? Look, I don't want people, look, there's some people that have messaged me and they're pissed off about it and whatever. I don't know what to tell you, man. We don't know the full story. How the fuck are we to judge? And what the fuck else are we even going to say about it? Okay, we all pretty much knew or know what happened. We're right. Rhett and Bubba butted heads a little bit. Bubba probably took it as a slap in the face, a disrespect. Anyone would be lucky to be in Bubba's studio, I guess. And it's like what is there to even say? What should they have even got into about it? I don't fucking know. I don't know. We're going to move on. If they get into it, we'll break the segment down on my stream if they ever end up bringing it up on Bubba's channel. I don't know. I feel bad for Rhett. Obviously, I know he's really talented, and I think I don't think it's any real disrespect from him towards Bubba, any of the stuff that he did. I think it just kind of got away from him a little bit. And I think Bubba took it as a disrespect. And this is just being charitable to both sides and not really knowing much more than anybody else about the situation. But anyway, just getting this out of the way first thing. Okay, guys, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what you want from me. But yeah, it sucks, man. We're going to miss Rhett. Rhett was really cool. I wasn't friends with him on Facebook before I saw people discussing this on Facebook, and that he had put a post on Facebook. I didn't know if he really used it or not. I know some people don't really give a fuck about Facebook. So I'm not as eager to go friend requesting people, just anyone, even when they come up as recommended on my Facebook, someone that I know is Bubba Army and would probably be cool with me. A lot of the time I just don't bother with it because I know some people feel a certain way about Facebook. They, anyway. So yeah, guys, whatever. I'm friends with Red on Facebook. I didn't unfollow him. I've always followed him on Instagram. I didn't unfollow him before when he got fired. It's not gonna happen now. I mean, obviously, he's a cool dude. I don't know what the fuck really happened between Bubba and him and the whole situation. So we're just gonna move on. If someone hears something, let me know, and we'll talk about it on here or whatever. What else do you want? Fucking R.I.P. Rhett. Rhett in peace. All right, guys, let me get to the chat page, then we'll get into this bullshit with this fucking this lady, Jessica Aber, looks like a pretty version of Chelsea Clinton. It's almost like if Chelsea Clinton wasn't smoking crack with Hunter Biden, this is what she would look like. All right, let me say hi to everybody getting in here. Fucking Bob Cook, Stacy's up in here. What's up, guys? How's it going? Thank you guys for joining. Promo code's up in here. Snizlook, did you guys ever get to the bottom of the pyramid story last night? So to speak. No pun intended, huh? Yeah, so, well, no, not really. So this is the thing. We got to wait for more information on the pyramid thing, and I probably will be reporting a little bit more on that. If anything new breaks with that, we're going to do another night where I'm going to show you guys some different cool stuff from random shit that is among people that are really interested in Egypt stuff and alternative theories. This is a lot of stuff is that I want to show you guys. It's pretty common knowledge among people that are in that niche of interest, but it's uncommon in terms of just the average person knowing some of the interesting shit that's in Egypt and stuff like that. So we'll get into a little bit more of that if there's more data that comes out. Basically, Sniz, if you really want to know, there are different Egyptologists. One of them being Zahi Hawass, who is the head of what is it? Egyptian antiquity and something. I forget but he basically almost runs Egypt. He can ban people from Egypt, which he's done multiple times. I think he's done it to Graham Hancock. In fact, he actually banned Graham Hancock from being able to come to Egypt and check things out. So anyway, no, we didn't get to the bottom of that. We're going to see what comes out because Zahi Hawass, the head of the Egyptology, antiquity, whatever bullshit, he basically he poo-poos, he shits on any new interesting information. Like when they found there was a cavity like under the Sphinx, and there's been different different shafts and random shit that they've found by doing scans and the LiDAR, radar, whatever it is, type scans. And Zahi Hawass is always the first one to say, oh, no, it's bullshit. There's nothing new or interesting to find in terms of Egyptian history. We know everything about it, and there's nothing that could change the timeline or anything. Anyway, he's always attempting to debunk anything cool and new when it comes to Egypt. And this guy took a huge shit on these scientists, saying that the radar technique / technology that they used would not even be able to go that deep to determine how deep these shafts go. And apparently an underground city that's kilometers or something. He says it's bullshit. I just knowing Zahi, the history I've known of Zahi, and you guys saw at the end of the stream last night, we played Graham Hancock, who is one of the lead guys that brings up the alternative theories in terms of Egypt's history. That Egypt goes back further than dynastic Egypt which is like the standard timeline. Dynastic Egypt that's like the beginning of all the construction and all the bullshit. He's one of the head guys that does the alternative theories, and he tried to have a debate with Zahi Hawass, and Zahi Hawass shit his pants and started screaming and walked out of the room. He eventually came back to debate Graham Hancock, but I think he only agreed to it under the condition that Graham would not bring up this diagram by Robert Bauval, I think was his name, right? And the diagram shows the alignment of the three pyramids, the pyramids on the Giza Plateau, and the alignment between that and Orion's belt. And if those align, that's sort of more, if I understand Bauval's argument correctly, if those align the way that he says it does, it more points to Egypt being older. At least a lot of the construction and stuff goes back further. So Zahi, anyway, my point is, we saw how Zahi Hawass acts when dealing with new ideas that you have to contest with. People have other theories about stuff, and they back it with real data and have good arguments for some of it. He refuses to confront these things, and this is just a pattern of Zahi Hawass. So when you see him, especially being one of the leading voices of people who are denying any new information that comes out about Egypt, that's like you take that with even less than a grain of sand, a grain of salt. Sorry, but sand works better because it's Egypt. You take it even less with even less than a grain of sand because the guy just flips his shit every time there's new stuff that comes out about Egypt and he wants to deny everything because they've been teaching people this certain timeline and they don't want to change anything or act like they've ever gotten anything wrong or don't have it all completely lined up properly. So anyway, I seriously doubt it is much more highly likely that Zahi, who is opposed to any alternative or new information about Egypt, it is a lot more likely that he would risk his reputation by being wrong about the fact that there is stuff under the Khafra pyramid, because he's been wrong a bunch of other times when they've claimed they've done a LiDAR radar type of scan and found some cavity or something below the Sphinx or somewhere else. He's been wrong multiple times on this stuff. So it's a lot more likely that he would put his reputation on the line and be wrong and not even give a fuck, as opposed to a whole fucking group of Italian, right? There were Italian scientists that performed this whole fucking study, this whole experiment with the radar. You think that this whole group of scientists from renowned universities in Italy would put their reputation on the line just to get some fucking clicks? Just so the New York Post will get clicks? And probably not. It's a lot more likely Zahi's got his head up his ass like normal. So that's a long-winded way of answering your question. But yeah, dude, go for real. We'll go over more of the Egypt stuff. Whatever. If you guys are interested, that's cool. If not, I hope I don't bore you, but it's something I'm really into. Michael Earl's up in here. Promo code. What's up, lover? Natural Aspired. The intro's great. Yeah, I love the Sam Hyde intro. Sam Hyde's awesome. Hysteric Eric's up in here. Phase Cops. What's up? What's up, guys? How's it going? Bob Cook, lover. Steve, great heavy topic tonight. I'm going to stay quiet and listen. Promise you and your chat are intelligent as anyone. You just don't know it yet. Your show has great heart, great soul. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. We're just going to look at a few different things with this. I'm not taking it, guys, we're not taking it too seriously here, okay? No one knows what the fuck happened to this bitch, so we're just going to take a look at some different shit. Scott Starbird's up in here. What's up, bro? I missed your stream. You weren't on Monday, though, right? K-Dog's up in here. Adam Wiley's up in here. Rainey. What's up, lovers? Thank you guys for hanging. Please, everybody hit the Rhett in peace, indeed. Everybody hit the like button. Pretty please. You should be Facebook friends with Romina. I've seen her pop up recommended on my Facebook too, and I'm just like, you know what? I don't want her to hate me the way she hates Bubba, so I'm just going to give her some space. Gene Lasker's up in here. What's up? What's up? Buzzer Bob. What's up, Bonehead? Thank you guys for the clicks. I really appreciate it. Thomas Gilson's up in here. All right, we're basically to the bottom. Buzzard Bob, I heard Rhett got fired. I'm sad to hear that. Yeah, man. Yeah, it sucks. I was hoping they would talk about it today so that we could break some of it down on the show tonight. But either way, there is a Bubba segment that we are going to look into this week, and then we're going to watch something. You guys, if you really have paid attention to the show so far this week, the last 2 days, you will possibly know what we're going to get into. And hopefully I don't get hit with a DMCA, whatever, infringement deal and get in trouble. Truth is Unbreakable. Thanks for joining us. Rhett planned on moving a while ago, remember? Yeah, but I don't know how serious that was. I mean, I thought he mentioned I thought this came up again, the fact that someone said, Donald Ferguson likes the hat. Thank you, sir. It's my favorite hat. It's very triggering. Part of the Plizan, probably. Is that what you think? Rhett planned on moving. So what I thought when this came up before, I was under the impression that Rhett was saying that was completely overanalyzed. That they were asked on the show, where everybody was asked where you would move, right? If you could live somewhere else, and then Rhett said something like North Carolina because of this and that. And then Bubba later, after they got into after Bubba and Rhett were headbutting, sorry. Bubba mentioned it as if Rhett was going to move, but I don't think he was like really, I didn't think he was really planning on it. I think it was just a thing that was just sort of, a side topic brought up that he answered a question to. Maybe not. Eddie Moretti, what's up, bro? Thanks for joining us. Eddie, we're talking about, we're going to move on in a second here. I'm going to get into the Jessica Aber stuff, but one of the things here, Eddie, I'm not sure how you found my page. A lot of the people that are up in my chat that are familiar with me, it's because I do songs for the Bubba the Love Sponge show. I haven't done as many for them this year, but for like 5 years, I've been doing parody songs for their show. I kind of do them about more mainstream topics, and I do them for my stuff now just because whatever. But anyway, a lot of the people in my chat are familiar with me through Bubba, and that's what we're talking about now. On Bubba's show, he had a video guy named Rhett Matthews, right? That's his last name. And he's been working with Bubba for years now. He got fired before, but that was really more of like an actual misunderstanding and whatever. But he came back and things seemed like they were really cool and everything seemed like it was going well. And then I guess, well, we all heard it. The video guy used to, like, Bubba would have a mic for him in the I forget what they call it, the editor room, whatever the fuck, where him and Macho, the production room, they had that room mic'd up so that Rhett could chime in. The video guy, he'd be able to chime in, and a couple times he said some stuff that pissed Bubba off. They butted heads a little bit, and now after they went on vacation, they just came back and fucking Rhett is fired. So no one knows if something else happened over the vacation, if there was something said besides what everybody heard on the air. We were hoping to hear about that today on the main show, but they never brought it up. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sniz. I mean, it's like, I don't want to, guys, I was hoping they would get into it, but what really is more to say about it? I mean, they would probably lay it out just like I fucking laid it out since we've started the stream tonight, or what I said last night. It's like they butted heads. Bubba felt disrespected. And, I'm sure, and rightly so, Bubba feels like it's it's a blessing for almost anybody that wants to get into either radio or content in any fucking way, to be allowed into Bubba's studio and be allowed to have their voice on Bubba's airwaves and on his social media channels and stuff. That is a privilege and a blessing for anybody, and for Bubba to feel disrespected by somebody that he's given that privilege to, it's not completely out of bounds for him to get pissed off enough to replace him. Now, like we talked about, Red is a really good guy, and I wish they could just have figured it out, and we kind of thought that they had, which is why everybody's kind of blown away. So anyway, that's that, guys. We're not going to go over too much. Like, what can we say? You just popped them in my feed one day during the run up to the election last summer. Oh yeah, cool. Well, thanks for staying with us, Eddie. I don't know exactly what your political views are, but when it comes to politics, I am a little bit all over the place, and I know there's some people that would like to just say I'm a MAGA gargler, a MAGA cum gargler, okay? But I try to score things fairly and whatever, and just have a little fun over here. So, yeah, man. Thanks for curious what I'm going to say about Jessica Aber. Yeah, well, I don't really know much more than anybody else. I found a few interesting videos where people are tying this back to various theories, so we'll get into it. Let me look for let's see what, just for at first, Jessica Aber, cause of death. Let's see what the mainstream media is sort of saying regarding this. So I've heard multiple times, and here it just popped up. We'll click on this one. Let me bring you guys with me. Hopefully this doesn't change tabs on me when I click on this, but multiple times we've been hearing natural causes. This is died after natural causes and health issues. Long-standing medical issues, which is, I mean, if you know that it's supposed to be medical issues, why are they being this vague about it? All right, guys. Yeah, we're moving on from the ret stuff. I'll go down here. Yeah, I'm gonna hit this bowl real quick, guys. Actually, I'm gonna disappear for 1 second. I'm telling you, just 1 second. Okay, where's my? Okay. Don't mind me. If you hear me coughing, I'm not smoking anything you shouldn't smoke. Okay. Oh God. Guys, you know what I got into? My buddy. I might actually take up smoking tobacco again. My buddy got a tobacco pipe and from a friend of his, and he gave him some tobacco, the different flavors and kinds of tobacco. And my buddy fucking packed that pipe. We went for a walk to smoke some bud, but he also brought the tobacco pipe. So we smoked the first bowl, and he's like, let's hit this tobacco pipe. And I'm like, well, dude, I'm telling you, the best way to do it is tobacco. You do nicotine first and then THC after. I'm telling you, because the nicotine and the cannabis sort of counteract each other to some degrees. But the some of the good aspects of the feeling of the tobacco will linger for a bit after you smoke. When you like use the tobacco and then smoke weed, you'll still feel some of the like nicotine and stuff. But when you use tobacco after you smoke a bowl, I feel like it's just not the same, you know? But anyway, we smoked the bowl, and then he pulled out this fucking tobacco pipe and we started puffing it. And dude, I actually got like a good buzz off of it. It was nice. It was fucking nice. I was so fucked up from the tobacco that we didn't even smoke I packed the second bowl. We did not even smoke it. We were just walking, puffing this tobacco pipe. I was like, God damn, this is nice. Fuck, man. I might start with that, like fucking Frodo Baggins over here. Long-standing medical issues, liberalism. Good point, Scott Starboard. That might be it. I know, Eddie. I'm fucking going off about other shit. All right, let's read through this real quick. I just wanted to hit my bowl before I started reading articles. All right. Jessica Aber reportedly had long-standing health issues. What we know about the former attorney's death. Let's see. So this was this said like less than a day ago or something, right? Published yesterday at 1:34. I don't know if they've edited it yet, but okay, anyway. The death of the former U.S. attorney in Virginia over the weekend has left lingering questions, including how she died and if the medical condition is a factor. Police in Alexandria said Jessica Aber, 43, Aber or Aber, I don't know. Anyway, was found dead in her home around 9 a.m., 9:15, 9:18 a.m. Saturday after the department received a call about an unresponsive woman. Aber served as the U.S. Attorney for Eastern District of Virginia until she resigned earlier this year after Trump got in office. An investigation into Aber's manner of death is underway as a matter of protocol, according to the police. As of Monday morning, the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner of Virginia has not examined Aber, a Virginia Department of Health spokesperson told USA Today. Here is what we know about Aber, her death, and what she meant to the Justice Department. Okay. Aber reportedly had a long-standing medical issue. Before Aber's death, she was dealing with a long-standing medical issue. They keep saying this and will not tell us what it was. Multiple outlets, including Fox News, CBS, reported citing a friend of the family. So I guess they're all citing this one person who's a friend of the family, and they're not actually citing the source. They're leaving the person anonymous so far. So it could be complete bullshit. Guys, remember on the news, they had it was some plane that they said was being flown by like Japanese pilots, and some fucking idiot called into the news and told them the pilots' names. There were like 3 pilots on the plane, and this person told the the news station the pilots' names were Bing Bang Ow, something wrong. You know, they like it was all the names were puns, and they actually read it on the air. These anonymous, friend of the family sources, the unnamed sources. You just you can't take it too seriously. Police believe the medical issue contributed to her death. Fox News and NBC News reported a citing family friend. Okay, it is unclear what medical issue Aber reportedly had before her death. So you guys are fucking useless telling us that. Chief medical examiner of Virginia will eventually determine Aber's cause of death, but the office has not yet examined the body. We're heartbroken beyond words. Current U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia released a statement following Aber's death saying, "We are heartbroken beyond words to learn of the passing of our friend and former colleague." So I don't know if they're going to mention it here. We can read into a little of this. What has she accomplished? But one of the things that people are tying this back to, and people on Twitter love, Eddie Moretti, yeah. So this is one of the things. She was involved in a few deals, a few of these cases where they were busting Russians, and there was also this person that she had extradited, right? That's the name, from Israel. And this person was involved in some deal relating to providing fake visas for these Israelis to come over as illegal immigrants, and they were like fake visas or fake passports, something like this. We'll look it up here. But yeah, she's been involved in a few things, that whatever might have her end up on a shit list. But then again, guys, the first thing we can talk, we'll bring up these people's varying theories. Hey Tina, what's up? Bubba Army Mom in here. Thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll bring up some of these varying theories, but let me just say for the record, the first thing that came to mind for me when this came up was I thought, well, number one is 40. A woman dying in her 40s isn't natural causes, right? And first thought in my mind was she knew too much, and someone in, the deep state could have taken her out or something. I mean, these are just, it's not like I'm saying that's what I think happened, but I'm saying, this is the first thing that came to mind when I'm like, oh, she's in her 40s. It's kind of suspicious. Trump just got in office. She resigned, and then the bitch ends up dead. That just made me think, okay, well, there's probably some skeletons in closets somewhere. And because of that, she knew too much, and they decided to add her skeleton to the closet, Um, so that's the first thing I thought. But there are some people that definitely think that Russia or Israel was involved in some fucking way, of course. And no one knows what the fuck they're talking about at this point. And will we even get real data from a medical examiner, or will it be bullshit? Like whoever the fuck looked at Epstein's body. Isn't that guy dead? Didn't Epstein's medical examiner end up dead too? Everybody's going to be dead. What did Jessica Aber accomplish as U.S. attorney? Let's see what they let's see what stuff they. Oh, here we go. Russia affiliate. Okay, so they're going to get into some of this. Let's read this part. Aber served as U.S. attorney for the Eastern District. We know that from 2021 until Donald Trump's inauguration. She was nominated to the position by Joe Biden and unanimously confirmed by the Senate. As top federal prosecutor, Aber oversaw money laundering charges against 2 Russian nationals. Here we go. A guilty plea from Siemens Energy over corporate espionage charges, and murder convictions against an MS-13 gang member. In 2023, the Eastern District of Virginia charged 4 Russian-affiliated military personnel with war crimes. There you go, guys, including unlawful confinement, inhuman treatment, and torture of a U.S. national in Ukraine following Russia's invasion in 2022. This is just photos. Aber resigned from the U.S. Attorney's Office January 20th, ending her time at the place she began working at in 2006 as a clerk. She would eventually become a U.S. attorney for the district she'd later lead in 2009. I've had the privilege of spending my career as prosecutor in the Eastern District, hardworking public servants, blah, 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 blah. Honor beyond measure. Okay, that's it. What the fuck? Let's go back. USA Today, go fuck yourself. Oh, what is this? Uh-oh, here we go, guys. Person who called 911 for deceased former U.S. Attorney Jessica Aber refused to perform CPR. That's funny. Was this person Russian or Jewish? We need to know. Oh, Grando Reaper, what's up, bro? Thanks for joining us. Oh, Pat O'Brien's in here. What's up, guys? How's it going? Steve, can you tell us about that cheek clapping that occurred this past weekend? I can speak on it a little bit. We're not going to get into that much detail, Pat O'Brien, okay? But anyway, what was cool was I went to bed Saturday night and I woke up to, like, I'll keep it vague just in case anyone gets in here, clicks on this video that isn't used to you asking me very pointed questions about my sexual affairs. I woke up clapping cheeks. I'll put it that way. basically. I woke up to Sis X. It was nice, and we were already like, 10 minutes into fooling around before I realized I was like, this motherfucker woke me up. I don't even know what time it is right now. I was just like, what the fuck? It was dark outside still. I remember I went to bed really baked, and I woke up to some steamy stuff. And then it wasn't 10 minutes into it, I realized I don't even know what the fuck time it is, what day it is. I don't even know what the fuck is going on right now. And then after we were done, I looked at my phone and it was 6 in the morning. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's 6 in the morning. I'm going back to sleep. What the fuck? So it was kind of cool, but did you get Me Too'd? Well, that's debatable. I mean, technically, I didn't consent, but most people don't consent to anything. It's, most people go off of vibes and how you know people, and you don't actually, it's not like you ask them or something. People just start making out, and then and it goes from there or whatever. Technically, I got Me Too'd, but I mean, you know, it was cool. Of course, you go back to sleep. It was 6 in the morning. What the fuck am I supposed to do, Tina? I'm not gonna stay up. I went to bed at like 2 or something. We're watching old, well, it's all old, but we're watching The Sopranos, episodes of The Sopranos. I got meat tooed. Yeah. Where did you deposit? Oh, wait. Oh, where'd that go? Where did you deposit? Just on a pair of boxers or something. It was his clothes, not mine. I might get Epsteined. um all right, let's go. Enough of that, Pat O'Brien, you sick fuck. Oh, Eat More. What's up, bro? Thanks for joining us. Happy Tuesday. All right, where were we in this? Oh yeah, this is interesting. Okay, the CPR deal. Skip ad. Is this a video?
You pushed yourself at work all day. Time to treat yourself to a drink. But what kind?
A better Republican. And if you're not, get out of the party. You know what? You know what? Until Alaskans tell me, Lisa, it's just not working anymore.
Bro, what the fuck is this? Why is this?
Time to treat yourself to an after-work drink. What'll it be? Vodka martini?
Okay, yeah. It went to a different video.
Time to treat yourself to a drink. But
and first up, new details on the death of a former U.S. attorney for the Eastern Virginia district. Alexandria police confirmed 43-year-old Jessica Aber was found unresponsive yesterday morning in her home. Fox 5's David Kaplan live at Alexandria Police Headquarters tonight with what we know. David.
Yeah, Kenneth, as you mentioned, this death happened yesterday morning. I'm told that an autopsy is in progress, happening sooner rather than later, and that we can expect to learn a little bit more about what happened here in the next couple of days. The medical examiner is going to work to determine the cause and the manner of death. Fox 5 visiting the 900 block of Beverly Drive in Alexandria today off cameras. Some neighbors told us they're sad.
Watch the autopsy is going to show that she has 2 bullets in her head, and they're going to say, well, she had a medical condition, though. Go.
This news. Others tell us they would see her frequently walking her dog. Another neighbor telling us they hope to learn more information soon about what exactly happened. Alexandria police have said they were called to the home around 9:15 yesterday morning. And
yeah, she had 2 bullet holes in her head, and we actually did find the bullets buried deep inside her brain, but she also had the flu, so we're going to say it was the flu. God damn it. Work play button. I'm trying to be seamless.
Located Aber's body. Aber appeared on Fox 5 during her time as U.S. Attorney for Eastern Virginia a couple of times, and she served during the Biden administration. The condolences, remembrances pouring in from bipartisan lawmakers and officials. We heard from U.S. Senator Tim Kaine. We also heard from Virginia Attorney General Jason Miyares, who said that her work with Ceasefire Virginia may have saved.
Grando Reaper, you said there's a Luigi news today? Don't spoil it in the chat. I'm gonna go look it up if there is something. I heard there was some possibilities of a mistrial for them because I forget what the fuck I read, but there's something about that they might actually get a mistrial. He might actually get out of jail, guys. He might get off scot-free.
Saved more lives than we ever realized, adding that his thoughts and prayers are with her family. We also heard from the current Eastern District of Virginia U.S. Attorney Eric Siebert, who said that as her job, Aber was an unmatched leader, mentor, and prosecutor, and irreplaceable as a human being. Now, Alexandria police have said that as a matter of course, that they are doing a death investigation at this time, that the autopsy is absolutely part of that. And the understanding is that after the autopsy, we hope to learn more about how exactly Aber died. So certainly we're going to continue trying to work to learn more information.
Okay, so this is the thing. It's just funny how quick they are to rule out, anything sketchy. Like they're saying, just as a matter of protocol, well, we're doing an autopsy like we would do anybody, whatever. We know this is just natural causes. Like, how do you know? For real, I need to know if this was Hillary Clinton or the vaccine, but it was one of the two. I'd be willing to bet every dollar to my name that it was one of the two was involved in this.
About that, and if there are any updates, we'll be sure to pass them along to you. Kenneth?
All
I
No, get out of here. Close. Okay, so let's hear about this shit. Person who called 911 wouldn't do CPR on her, according to this article. Let's check this out because this is kind of interesting. Maybe this was some double agent, some dual citizen or something. The person who called 911 for Jessica Aber, the 43-year-old federal prosecutor, was found dead in her home in Virginia, blah, 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 refused to do CPR, it's been reported. First responders were called to Aber's home in Alexandria, 9/18, 9/11, rest in peace, never forget. About unresponsive woman. Officials are yet to announce a cause of death, but a family friend told Fox Sunday that Aber suffered medical condition. Police believe the death was the result of a long-standing medical issue, the source said. According to a dispatch audio obtained by NBC News, the caller refused to administer CPR. Any additional units for the cardiac arrest, 916 Beverly Drive, the dispatchers heard saying. That'll all be a 46-year-old female found in bed, unresponsive, not breathing. The caller has refused CPR. Uh-oh. Aber, 43, not 46, as referred to in the call. Officials had not established the caller's identity. Chief Medical Examiner's Office has confirmed that the autopsy has yet to be performed. Bro, that is just so funny that, she looks healthy as a horse. Look at her. Her skin looks better than mine. This bitch is at least 10 years older than me. Wait, 43, never mind. And she's much older than me regardless anyway, and her skin looks better than mine. She's got a glow to her more than I do. I mean, what medical issue? I guess, you never know just looking at somebody unless you really are proficient with whatever subtle signs of medical conditions, but fucking, I mean, it is weird how they're jumping right to saying, "Oh, it was because of a medical issue. We have not even examined the body, and the person that called 911 wouldn't do CPR." But we have some random source who's a friend of the family of Jessica Aber. That person said somebody else told him she had a medical condition, so we're just gonna blame it on that. Does everybody else think that just sounds incredibly sloppy and like bullshit? Am I crazy, or they're just gonna go with that like that makes sense? Aber rose to prominence as U.S. Attorney in Virginia. She secured convictions for an MS-13 gang leader, assisted in the Russians. Takedown of a man who allowed. Oh God, this is what I was talking about, guys. This is so this article is bringing it up here, but this is the other thing which people are shitting the bed over. Oversaw the takedown of a man who allowed Israeli citizens to enter the U.S. illegally. So this was the fake passport thing. Eddie Moretti, yeah, I know, dude. That's unfortunately that's where we're at. Not enough to craft a conspiracy yet. But it's not too early for us to just start throwing shit at the wall, so. Pat O'Brien, no, I do not. And I don't respect people who do. There's no reason to do that. That is fucking disgusting. Okay, so she resigned. Okay, so should we start going down the rabbit hole? Should we penetrate this little rabbit's tight hole or what? Promoted district. Okay. So, who is that? Dr. Dre? So now Grando Reaper has me excited to look. He's telling me there's news with Luigi Mangione, and that already is enough to give me a little bit of a boner. So I won't be standing up, but so we're gonna look into some of this. Let me bring up I saved some of this on my Twitter. Oh, yeah. Good thing I didn't have Twitter pulled up already, because there's this naked bitch at the Dallas airport that is just keeps popping up on my fucking feed. And you guys know how I feel about naked women. I don't like seeing them. Okay. And but it keeps popping up. This is what I'm telling you guys. I can't just pull Twitter up and start looking around like we do on fucking YouTube and wherever else. Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah, get me out of here. Okay, let's pull this one up. I'll go down here. Oh, I don't have the tab up yet. Oh my God, we're in a void. Okay.
Cases involving
Fucking bullshit. All right.
former U.S. Attorney Jessica Aber has been found dead at just 43 years old, shocking the legal community. This high-profile prosecutor was responsible for some of the most explosive cases involving CIA leaks and Russian fraud schemes. Alexandria police discovered Aber unresponsive at her home Saturday morning just before 9:20 a.m. The Biden-nominated attorney, who resigned in January when President Trump took office, had been handling some of America's most sensitive national security cases. One of her biggest wins came when ex-CIA analyst Asif Rahman pleaded guilty to leaking top-secret documents about Israel's plans to strike Iran. But that wasn't all. Aber was leading the explosive case against Virginia-based Eleview International, whose executives allegedly ran schemes to illegally ship sensitive American technology to Russia.
Yeah, so if you guys heard that case that they just mentioned there, Sinbad 777. Thanks for joining us. What were we saying up here? Her autopsy is being performed by the person who she investigated and found guilty for corruption. Is that true? Yeah, plenty of proof. What do you mean? Are you saying personally the doctor that's the medical examiner performing the autopsy? Or are you saying it has to do with Trump? Because I don't know. Anyway, no, so this is some of the confliction. We'll get to some of it on Twitter here, but there's people that think Israel's involved in this bullshit. And there's two cases that involve Israel that are fairly high profile cases that she has been involved in. Dutch Duke, what's up, bro? Thanks for joining us. It's snowing where you're at. Where the fuck are you? Where are you at? And somebody, let me just say, I forgot to mention it at the start of the show. Someone, let me see the name again. Derry Bronson gave me fucking 50 on the PayPal. Dude, thank you so much, man. That happened before the stream. I think that was at like 7 p.m. earlier today. Fucking thank you so much, man. I forget what your chat name is, Derry Bronson, but thank you. And fucking Keith Yaher gave me 100 yesterday on the Venmo. If anyone else is interested in throwing a few bucks my way, I really fucking appreciate it. You know, streaming ain't free, as they say, guys. And I do put a lot of work into this shit. I at least want you guys to hit the like button. That should be a given, okay? But if you do want to help support the show a little more, you subscribe, you hit the like button, and you're popping huge boners just from looking at me, okay? And so you're like, I want to throw a few bucks. You can do that at PayPal and Venmo. On PayPal, I'm Darkmatch, DARKMATCH. On Venmo, I am Darkmatch Steve, DARKMATCHSTEVE. But none of that is required, of course. That's just if you're feeling generous. If you got bills to pay and whatever. I have a normal job, okay? You don't need to treat me like a bum. Don't think I'm just a fucking homeless bum with my cup out, okay? But anyway, so what were we getting at? We were talking about so this case they just mentioned here. There's two cases involving Israel. Sorry guys. I always digress and take detours all over the place. So, the one case looks bad for Israel. That's the one where it's similar to like there was something like this that happened around 9/11 if I'm not mistaken. When I was looking at some shit earlier today, that there was a thing around 9/11 where they busted all of these Israelis that I think came over here in a similar fashion with like fake passports or fake visas or something. And all of these Israelis opened these kiosks in these different malls, and it was really like a front for them gathering intelligence. This is like a real thing that's been proven to have happened. And this lady, Jessica Aber, busted this one guy who was involved in an organization, probably Mossad related, but regardless, he was involved in some fucking organization to bring Israelis here with fake visas / passports. This time around, I don't know if they were related to some other terrorist attack, probably, but anyway, so that looks bad for Israel, that we've got Israeli citizens coming over here with fake passports, possibly gathering intelligence, and for what the fuck reason? Why do they need a spy on us? And remember, guys, when we say Israeli citizens, you have to remember they are required to serve in the military, right? So, like, it's not the same as some American citizen having a fake passport going to some other country. That it's just different. It's different, guys. Every not saying when it comes to the stuff that happened on October 7th, which people do bring this fact up related to that. I'm not even making an argument of whether the morality of these people being taken out in some terrorist attack and that they aren't actually citizens, they are part of the military and this and that. This is what some people argue. But it's a big deal when you're talking about, they're Israeli citizens that come here with fake passports and stuff. You might not necessarily know that they are currently serving in their military, but they likely have, right? It's required. So it's a little bit different than just a random US citizen or something. Oh, but anyway, and then this is the thing that looks bad for Israel. The other Israel thing that came up was what they just mentioned, which was God, what was it? The fucking
most sensitive national security cases. One of her biggest wins came when ex-CIA analyst Asif Rahman
oh yeah, the Israeli strike on what, Yemen?
pleaded guilty to leaking top-secret documents about Israel's plans to strike Iran.
Iran. Okay. So yeah, this is the other thing which would put her in Israel's favor. So people are fucking fighting about this. Nick Fuentes and fucking those people's fans fighting on Twitter about whether this is Israel's fault, because this is something that would be taken as a positive in Israel's favor to convict a guy that was leaking Israel intelligence, but then busting the guy who's bringing Israel citizens who are former military over here with fake visas and all that shit, possibly doing spying and all that. So,
but that wasn't all. Aber was leading the explosive case against Virginia-based Eleview International, whose executives allegedly ran schemes to illegally ship sensitive American technology to Russia, despite sanctions. She also secured indictments against Russian nationals with a $10 million reward on their heads for running one of the largest online money laundering operations targeting critical U.S. financial infrastructure.
So yeah, guys, there's no telling. This bitch has made a few enemies. Eddie Moretti, thanks for hanging with us. See you, bro. I really appreciate you chilling. Everybody that's come here that has followed my page and you're not Bubba Army, I really, well, regardless, whoever you are, I appreciate it. But I know some of the Bubba people are already familiar with me, So if there's anybody that's new, that's not from the Bubba Army that's up in here, I appreciate you, checking things out and hanging with us. I really do. Because I know to you guys, I'm just a random fucking dipshit on YouTube, which is fair. That's a fair assessment. Okay, let me pull up. Let's put our tinfoil hats on and is this the same? No. Wait. Okay. 211. All right, so let me bring up this is a couple guys ranting about some of the conspiratorial bullshit. Let's just see what's floating around out there, guys. Okay, we're not placing bets at the moment. We don't have enough information. What is it? Hold on. What's the caption on this? Since 9/11, here we go. Israeli Mossad uses mall kiosk. Okay, here we go, guys. So yes, this is the thing that I was talking about before. The mall kiosk as a front to gather intelligence. Israeli Mossad. Yes, so wait, was it? Okay. So apparently okay, guys, we got to look into, well, we're probably going to end up doing a little bit more reading, not too crazy. It's already 9:15, but before 10, we can probably get a little more reading in. I want to look into this thing because if this is the same shit that happened back in 9/11, it'll blow my fucking mind. Number one, because it's the same shit that happened back in 9/11 that Israel is sending people over here to work at mall kiosks for intelligence operations. We're falling for the same trick twice. But on top of that, who the fuck goes to malls anymore? How much intelligence can they actually gather from having Israelis working at mall kiosks? Who the fuck goes to the mall, guys?
Former U.S. Attorney for Eastern District of Virginia, Jessica Aber, was found dead in her home on Saturday. Just 2 weeks ago, I made a video regarding a Mossad spying operation, and I'm finding out now that she was part of the team investigating it. She posted this in November of 2023, exactly a month after October 7th.
Okay, guys, let's read this real quick because I have seen this tweet pop up before. So this is a tweet by her, Jessica D. Aber. D for dong. After we extradited this defendant from Israel, he pleaded guilty to recruiting, facilitating the illegal entry of Israel citizens into the United States with the fraudulent tourist visitor visa. This investigation reflected years of hard work with DOJ, Okay. But again, guys, Israel citizen, aka former military.
After we extradited this defendant from Israel, he pleaded guilty to recruiting and facilitating the illegal entry of Israel citizens into the United States with fraudulent tourist and visitor visas. This is what's shocking me right now is just 2 weeks ago, I made a video regarding how the Israeli Mossad entered the United States around 9/11 on the East Coast, conducting intelligence operations while pretending to be employees for mall kiosks.
Documents say they, quote, targeted.
Bro, let me tell you, one time, this is barely worth bringing up at all, but this is just a thing that clicked in my head because I didn't know about this issue. I knew about there being alleged spying that went on around 9/11, and there's been various cases where Israel has been caught spying on the US in various ways. So I've known about that, but I didn't know specifically about the kiosk thing. But when I was in I think I would have been just out of high school, probably like 20 or something. So this is like over a decade ago. But I fucking went to the mall. The year would have been probably like 2009, 2010, something like that. But me and a couple of my friends went to the mall, and there was these people operating a kiosk. We got to look up, because I saw one place said what there's like common things that these Israelis would sell at these kiosks. The like little fucking puzzle things, and this one like drone type of helicopter thing or something. I don't remember exactly, but those were sold. They had these at West Shore Mall. They had these people that have the kiosks that they sell the puzzle stuff, guys. And one time we were talking to these fucking people, and me and my buddy, it was a guy and a girl that were running this kiosk. And looking back on it, they could have been Israeli. I know that sounds so bad. That sounds like it's like I'm talking out of my ass, but I'm telling you guys, these were like foreign. It was a guy and a girl, and they were like foreign, but we didn't really like ask them where they came from or whatever. But anyway, that just clicked in my head when I read that about the mall kiosks. I was like, whoa, me and my friends, we were going through the mall, and this one kiosk kept us there and kept talking to us for like a few minutes, and they weren't even selling us something, like they weren't like trying to make a sale the whole time. They were talking to us about like weird random shit. It was weird. Anyway, let's get back into this.
And penetrated military bases, the DEA, FBI, and dozens of other government facilities, and even secret offices and unlisted private homes of law enforcement and intelligence personnel. The majority of those questioned, quote, stated they served in military intelligence, electronic surveillance intercept, and/or explosive ordnance units. Another part of the investigation has resulted in the detention and arrests of dozens of Israelis at American mall kiosks, where they've been selling toys called...
Bro, look at this. Oh, here we go. They're going to talk about the toys. Here we go, guys. I was about to start. I was looking something up on another tab, but let's pay attention.
Where they've been selling toys called Puzzle Car and Zoomcopter.
Look at this Zoomcopter. These Israelis even had like their own set of products that they would push on us because they know Americans will buy any kind of bullshit.
Investigators suspect a front. Shortly after...
Bro, they had these, they probably still have these fucking... I remember an Israeli kiosk selling dreidels. I didn't see that here in Tampa, but for sure, I don't know what puzzle thing that they're talking about, puzzle toys, but this is the kiosk that these people were working at, if I remember correctly, it was West Shore Mall, and it was a puzzle kiosk, and it was two foreigners, and they kept asking us shit and not even trying to sell anything to us. Hold on, let me back it up.
Where they've been selling toys called Puzzle Car.
Puzzle Car? Hold on, guys. Let me look this up. Google's playing stupid. Google's playing games. Okay, let's just get back to this. We'll finish out this shit.
And Zoomcopter. Investigators suspect a front. Shortly after the New York...
God damn it. My fucking connection sucks right now. Choppy? Is the feed choppy right now, guys? I'm sorry. Okay, it looks like it's okay now.
Times and Washington Post reported the Israeli detentions last month, the carts began vanishing.
This is what's crazy. If you look at the investigation she was a part of, it is from the government's website. Foreign national pleads guilty to role in immigration fraud and money laundering scheme. Shai Cohen, 39, admitted to organizing and working with others to recruit and facilitate the illegal entry of Israeli citizens into the United States under false pretenses. Guess how he did it? Upon arrival, the non-citizens were employed at various kiosks, owned and operated by Cohen and his co-conspirators in malls in Virginia and Maryland. Non-citizens who were engaged in illegal employment were primarily compensated for their work by under-the-cash table payments or the transfer of money to stored value payment cards. Cohen and his co-conspirators also made foreign and domestic financial transactions in furtherance of and to promote their criminal scheme. This sort of scheme, using mall kiosks as a front company, is a Mossad operation straight out of their old playbook. I have no information regarding U.S. Attorney Jessica Aber's cause of death.
So yeah, guys, he just read it. It's the same fucking thing that the news story's talking about from back in 2001, around 9/11. That the story they were playing with that shitty video, that's from back in 2001, it said, and it was explaining the same gimmick. We fell for the same shit twice, guys. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't get fooled again. Okay, let me drop Twitter because I don't want titties or pussy popping up on my feed because that's how Twitter rolls. Okay, so natural causes. Yeah, so let's look at this guy's video. This is another one I thought was interesting. Let me play this again, guys. We're not endorsing every opinion we see just pop up on my stream, okay? We're just considering. And then if there's the slightest bit of evidence, we are buying in wholeheartedly. Let's go.
In politics, there are no coincidences. U.S. Attorney Jessica Aber, 43 years old, found unalive in her home. That's way too young to pass away for natural causes. A year ago, she helped extradite a man from Izzy who was involved in illegal...
Guys, is that just not... Okay, natural causes, I don't know what the fuck... What is natural causes supposed to even mean? Like, if you... What... A long-term medical condition, something eating you from the inside out. I don't know what the fuck she had. I mean, like, what the fuck if some little kid gets a heart attack and you just don't know what it's from? They say, oh, well, heart attack, I guess that's natural causes. The kid was 12 and, got like 10 boosters, but, who cares about that? It's natural to have heart attacks.
Legally sneaking in people from his country into America and also money laundering. She touched those who were supposed to be untouchable. And her just passing away at 43 years old sounds very similar to Thomas Massey's wife. Thomas Massey's wife was 51 years old.
Dude, so Thomas Massey, this is crazy. Thomas Massey is the one who famously went on Tucker Carlson. I don't think I played this clip on here, but we've talked about it, dude. Thomas Massey went on Tucker Carlson and blew the lid off of AIPAC and exposed the fact that I think he said every single Republican senator / congressman has a representative. They all have their own representative from AIPAC that's in their fucking ear. He fucking blew the lid off that shit, and then his wife just died. And of course, people think that is just too coincidental.
Was too young for natural causes, and that was soon after Thomas Massey's huge viral video interview with Tucker Carlson, exposing AIPAC babysitters for many people for the first time. The timing of that is beyond coincidence, and it's been 9 months in autopsy reports, and the reason for her passing away has still not been revealed? Come on, she passed away because of politics. Retaliation politics. And this all sounds like the famous case in 2010.
We don't know that to be true, guys, but it is weird.
By a Pali H group member named Mahmoud was 49 years old and quietly passed away in his hotel room. A detective thought that was too young for natural causes too, so he heavily investigated it. And after a long, brilliant investigation, it turns out it was a professional hit job involving agents sent from Izzy. That's a famous case now. It's even in Wikipedia. It's the same modus operandi. And this, along with arresting and deporting with...
Oh, so here we go, guys. This guy's talking about another case that was ruled natural causes. Someone that died. How old did he say they were? And as all they did was had the right person investigating, and they find out it's it's a Mossad operation, basically. If you heard what he said, read between the lines.
No criminal charges, speakers and leaders from universities, all opposition and those who stand against that evil empire which will stop at nothing to preserve its dominance over everybody else.
Sounds like that guy is a fan of Israel. They're our greatest ally. So, whatever, if Israel's involved in anything sketchy, any operations and stuff, that they have our best interest in mind. What, Joe? Is that a euphemism? I love wearing lots of protection for no reason. What does that mean? You have a condom on right now? Just at home alone? I mean, I've done that before. Just hanging out, wrapped up, just chilling, but you feel protected. All right, let's sorry. Yeah, okay, let me get out of this. I'm not letting you guys see the titties and stuff that pop up on my Twitter when I'm innocently scrolling. And it's not because I don't want you guys to see it. I just don't want to get in trouble. All right, hold on. Okay, guys, hold on. Okay, guys, I have a special game, just a short game, okay? We're just going to do a couple rounds. I need you guys to participate in the chat, okay? I'm serious about this. We're going to do a little game called Jessica Aber or Reptile Clinton, okay? All right, we're going to play a little game. Would you like to play a game? So I'm going to pull up a picture. We'll do like a couple rounds, okay, guys? I'm going to pull up a picture, and you got to tell me whether it's Jessica Aber or Chelsea Clinton, okay? Because they look suspiciously similar. They both might actually be reptiles, but Chelsea Clinton looks like she's been smoking crack with Hunter Biden. So, if you're really paying attention, you can tell. But we're going to try this out, okay? Because I want to see if you guys can really tell the difference here. All right, where should we go first? All right. Is it going to let me just click on the picture? Damn it. not gonna work. Hold on. Okay. First things first. We have Exhibit A. Is this Chelsea Clinton or Jessica Aber? Exhibit A. I need answers in chat. Is this Chelsea Clinton or Jessica Aber? Both children of the corn. That's I'll take that as a half right answer. Because that is true, but that's not the kind of answer I'm looking for. Cece? You think that's Chelsea Clinton? Clinton. We got Clinton. Okay. You know what? This is a fairly young picture of this person, and it looks like the crack addiction and drinking baby's blood has not quite taken a hold of her life. Ladies and gentlemen, you are right. This is Chelsea Clinton. Okay. All right. Next picture. Oh, fuck me. Damn you. All right, picture number 2. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Wait, what tab is this? Okay. Exhibit B. Blam. Jessica Aber or Chelsea Clinton. This one's a little bit harder, guys. You can't quite tell if this person is a fucking crackhead who also drinks children's blood. Aber, Clinton. We got 2 for Aber, 2 for Clinton. Clinton for sure. Oh, that's you again, Hysteric Eric. All right, let's see, guys. Oh my God, it's Chelsea Clinton. Looks like a baby killer. Bob Cook, yes, Clinton. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh God. Oh. Promo code. I knew that would throw a couple people off, okay? That was one of the pictures where they really do look very similar. All right, let me pull up another one here. Okay, here we go. This is so stupid, but actually fun. Okay. Exhibit C. Is it Chelsea Clinton or Jessica Aber? Which is it? Is this person a Jew-hating Israel scheme buster or a children's blood drinker? Jessica Alba? I don't think that's one of the options. We got Aber. Abercrombie. Okay. Well, it looks like everybody's right. This is Jessica Aber. Now you can see the look on her face And the way her smile, how she doesn't expose a full inch of her gum line, that's how you know this isn't someone who drinks children's blood and smokes crack with Hunter Biden. This is Jessica Aber, not Chelsea Clinton. Good job, chat. All right, let's see. Oh, damn it. I didn't mean to hit that button. Son of a fucking. No more kiosks for you. God damn it. Okay. Finally, here's the last one we're doing. Maybe. Is it Jessica Aber or child victimizer, pizza lover, crack smoker, likely with Hunter Biden, Chelsea Clinton? Hysteric Eric, this is the last one. Don't leave yet. Eleanor Roosevelt. C for Chelsea? I need more answers in the chat, guys, or we are not moving on. I'm kidding. Clinton. We got Clinton. Okay, you guys think it's Clinton, Eleanor Roosevelt. All right, guys. Well, those are some really good guesses. We got Truth is Unbreakable saying Chelsea Clinton. You guys really don't think this is Jessica Aber? Chelsea's Wicked Grin. Those are all really good guesses, chat, but actually, this is the satanic deity Baphomet. It was a trick question. That's actually Baphomet. Okay? Good try, though, chat. All right. Let's look at, before we get out of here, let's look at, I'm sorry for putting you guys through that. Let's look at Luigi Mangione news before we get out of here. We can get through this before 10 o'clock. Because Grando Reaper brought it up that there's some news. We'll see what's come up, because these are all articles that were released in the last 24 hours. Are you on here with me? No, I got to bring you guys to this tab. Luigi Mangione. Luigi Mangione's star defense attorney makes bombshell claim about alleged United Healthcare CEO shooter's manifesto. An attorney representing accused healthcare CEO assassin Luigi Mangione's sexy ass has made a bombshell claim about his alleged sexy manifesto. In newly filed court documents, Karen Agnifilo argued that police leaked writings they said belonged to the now 26-year-old sexy-ass Luigi Mangione and labeled them as a manifesto, thereby spreading fear in an effort to justify prosecutors' terrorism charges. The writings were released shortly after Mangione's sexy ass was arrested at a Pennsylvania McDonald's following a 5-day search for the masked man who gunned down Brian Thompson outside a New York City hotel. He was allegedly found with a 9mm pistol, silencer, clothing that matched the apparel worn by the shooter in surveillance footage, even though like the bag and stuff looked a little different, and we're not so sure about that. But anyway, let's move on. And a notebook describing an intent to whack an insurance company CEO, according to court filings. Did it actually say that in there? I thought the stuff that they released did not say that. We read through it on here, right? Free Luigi is right. They can drop him off right at my fucking house. Agnifilo now says there's absolutely no evidence suggests her client wrote the so-called manifesto, as she called out prosecutors for sharing the message. Since the inception of the case, law enforcement has consistently leaked writings purported to be written by Mangione's sexy ass, while also prejudicially labeling these writings a manifesto to the media, she argued. By releasing these writings to the public and calling them a manifesto, law enforcement is responsible for causing the very public alarm that they are now trying to attribute to Mangione, which is the Mangione's sexy ass, which is the basis for charging him with the enhanced charge of murder in the first degree as an act of terrorism. There's absolutely no evidence that Mangione's sexy ass ever released the writings that law enforcement is attributing to him publicly. Any publishing was done by law enforcement. Yeah, so... Man, so that is a weird way to... Is it splitting hairs a little bit? Like, I don't know if this is gonna really make a difference for him. Thomas Gilson, thank you, sir. Thanks for hanging with us. I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow night. I'll be on here. You know where to find me. So she is arguing. She is arguing that the police released Mangione's writings and stuff to the media and are claiming it's a manifesto. And so that is part of what has led to these, severe charges of that. It's murder in the attempt to to be terrorism. And as we know, terrorism, we've discussed this on here, isn't just terrorizing someone. The legal definition for terrorism requires there be political motive. Now, I don't know, though, if you can, if they just, in terms of figuring out your mental state, they find some writings that have you expressing hatred towards healthcare CEOs or whatever the fuck. And in your writings, you say, again, this is not me. This is not my opinion. I'm giving an example. If you say in your manifesto, if you have written somewhere that, man, I want to take out some CEO of a healthcare company, a health insurance company, because that will make them, play more fairly with their fucking policies and whatever, their payouts and all that shit. It'll make them treat people better if I did that. And then you end up taking out a CEO. You don't release the manifesto, though. The police release the manifesto, which puts out this idea that you're a terrorist. But it's like, I mean, if you don't release the manifesto, I don't feel like that's a requirement to prove that this was a terrorist act, right? Because I think even before the manifesto was released, people were calling him a hero and theorizing about this, whatever, being like a Robin Hood story, a fucking, a hot, sexy criminal on the street takes out a CEO who is just complete pompous rich asshole, denying insurance coverage to little old ladies and watching them die and toasting glasses of champagne to it. I feel like people were already tossing this idea around. I don't know if you have to release your own manifesto that talks about you doing terrorist stuff for you to be considered a terrorist. I don't know if this is going to help. Absolutely no evidence that Mangione ever released the writings that law enforcement is attributing to him publicly. Okay. Accused CEO. Okay. By painting Mangione as a terrorist and releasing the purported manifesto, law enforcement is intending to prejudice Mangione and cause the public alarm and fear that they now attribute to him. No one's scared. We're all just very turned on. This is problematic and fatal to the government's charge of murder in the first degree, which requires said murder to be a furtherance of an act of terrorism intended to intimidate or coerce a civilian population. And insofar as it is a law enforcement that is responsible for said intimidation. Interesting argument. This behavior by law enforcement is wildly irresponsible, as they are spreading a message to the public intended to incite individuals who may, as a result, believe Mangione held purported viewpoints. Is she not even going to argue that they're poisoning the jury pool as well? I mean, I feel like that's like the most obvious argument. Investigators have claimed that Mangione, an Ivy League computer science graduate from a prominent Maryland family, was propelled by anger at the U.S. healthcare system. They pointed to the alleged manifesto, which included a number of grievances against United Healthcare. To save you a lengthy investigation, I state plainly that I wasn't working with anyone. This was fairly trivial. Some elementary social engineering, basic CAD, and a lot of patience, the document read, according to the Daily Beast. It went on to say he had respect for federal investigators and apologized for causing any traumas, but seemed to defend his alleged actions. Frankly, these parasites had it coming. Ouch. It also noted that the United States had the most expensive healthcare system in the world, but blasted the system for making America only the 42nd in life expectancy. Yeah, so this that's what they're saying here. Our healthcare, we have the most expensive healthcare in the world, but we're 42nd in life expectancy. Sounds like we just need to give people more vaccines and they'll live longer. Mangione is now facing a slew of charges in the Big Apple and is also facing lesser charges of false identification and weapons charges in Pennsylvania. His attorney in that case has similarly claimed cops illegally took personal notebook out of Mangione's bag and dubbed it a manifesto to taint public opinion about his client. The Altoona Police Department illegally seized a notebook which allegedly contained numerous personal writings covering a plethora of personal experiences of Mangione. Attorney Thomas Dickey wrote in a court document. The characterization of him alleged personal experiences and writings is incorrect, improper, and without justification and has no probative value. That was done so solely for the purpose of to prejudice Mangione and put him in a negative light before the public, all in effort to prejudice any potential jury pool. Okay, so they finally got to this argument about the jury pool, which you knew was coming. The lawyer also claimed officers lacked reasonable suspicion to engage in such activity and approached Mangione and the McDonald's based on a hunch. Free him! Altoona police had no independent corroborating evidence that Mangione was in fact the subject sought in New York prior to or at the time of their stop and or investigation detention of, said the court documents. Any reasonable person innocent of any crime would have thought that he was being restrained if he had been in the defendant's shoes. What? Okay, I think, all right. Dickey said the officers abused their power and violated Mangione's constitutional rights. The cops' combined actions at the McDonald's were designed to not only exhibit their authority and control over Mangione, but to also restrict and totally curtail his liberty, the filing said. It's okay, baby. You'll be out soon. Don't be mad. You're so smart. We're going to start a robot company when you get out. robotic dildos that are a cast of your penis. Mangione has pleaded not guilty to an 11-count indictment charging him with murder as an act of terrorism and weapons offensive. Convicted Mangione faced life in prison without parole. I'll go visit him, though. He has been fiercely backed by a slew of fans, including Dark Match Steve, who have praised Mangione for his alleged... I have not done that. I just think he's hot. Praised him for his actions and stated a Give, Send, Go pages to raise money for his legal defense, which I'm tempted to help with. Even though I think he probably did it, I'm just, thinking with my boner. Some have even made art depicting him as a saint. Interesting. Saying he is a hero who has taken a stand against America's broken healthcare system. $27 towards his legal fund for his upcoming 27th birthday. Look at these people out here with the Luigi hat. I like it. This is funny. This is funny. Hold on. We got a protest. Oh, no. Please, no. It took me to another tab. Oh, God. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. All right. Anyway. Oh, my God. They're going to take his fundraising total from 745,000 to 1 milli. A milli. Luigi there. He's got nice hair. I'm sorry, guys. While no amount of money will grant him bail, the fans hope the cash will be able to put together convincing enough defense for an acquittal. Campaign is also asking fans to submit birthday wishes. Oh, really? I'll send him something. I'll send him some pics of my tight, twinkish butt. See what he thinks. They're also planning to protest the conditions within the jail where he's being held. Okay, cool. What was the other thing? Hold on, guys. There was another article that I was intrigued by. Leaking his writings to the public. So this is one of the main things the attorney is bitching about now, is that the police turned his personal writings into a manifesto. Which, guys, I don't, as much as I want this sexy bastard out of jail. Yes, phase cops, A and D pics. I want to send him a picture of every inch of my body. Okay, so demands laptop. Let's see. I think he wants apparently he wants a laptop so that he can send dick pics back to me. Let's look at this article. No, fuck off, stupid. Luigi Mangione's legal team files a motion for discovery while slamming investigators for press leaks and demanding laptop in jail so he can send nudes to Dark Match Steve. He's pleaded not guilty. Act of terrorism. Oh my goodness, my baby. He's getting out. Alleged killer Mangione filed a request to acquire a laptop in prison to prepare for his trial and send nudes. According to court filings released late Monday, 26-year-old Ivy League graduate document case material, including he wants the laptop so he can have document case material, videos of Dark Match Steve, and stuff about fatal shooting of Brian Thompson. Such requests have been granted to defendants in the same notorious federal prison where he's being held in Brooklyn alongside other high-profile defendants such as Hollywood's Sean Diddy Combs. Don't let him in the cell with him. They better not even have Diddy in the same cell block as my sweet baby Mangione. That dirty little ditty will do you wrong. I don't want him shoving hard-boiled eggs up Luigi Mangioni's ass. That's what I want to do. Mangione was charged by Manhattan District Attorney's Office with a rare New York State murder as an act of terrorism charge. Perp walking Mangione sexy ass in an orange jumpsuit while shackled and later putting him in a bulletproof vest for court appearances. They can march him around all they want. Give him a better jumpsuit, though. What is this? These sleeves? This is not a sexy look. I mean, he makes it look sexy, but and he needs like a fitted jumpsuit. Pleaded not guilty. Okay, so whatever. He wants the fucking laptop, and I wish he would send nudes to me. You guys get it. All right, well, we'll see what happens. Well, hold on. Let me... I guess I could pull up. I saw something about a mistrial. Hold on a second. It must not be... I don't know. None of that came up just then, so that may have been a fluke. Theoretically, discovery violations can lead to evidence. Okay, so let me just pull this up so you guys know I'm not completely talking out of my ass because I have a big boner for him. Here's the AI overview. There's all this other shit, but Luigi Mangioni's defense team is exploring the possibility of a mistrial in his murder case, citing potential issues with evidence, the prosecution's actions, and possibly of jury nullification due to the public sentiment surrounding the healthcare industry. What? Yeah, so they're saying he's not. The attorneys are looks like they're going with he can't even get a fair trial because you guys have paraded him around so fucking much. Let's look at this Daily Mail deal. Is this a video?
Of the Unabomber.
Oh, wow. Nice video. Cool.
Introducing our newborn diaper size for the tiniest of rascals. Made with feather soft materials, umbilical cord cutout, and wetness.
You fucking idiots. Google knows I don't have children because I'm a gay autistic person. Hold on. Is this Mangione? Let's back this bit up. Quit shaking the camera. I can't get a good look at him. That's him. Looks like him anyway. You better be good to him. Fucking stupid kid stuff. Diapers. Idiots. You know I don't have a kid. You know I'm going to die alone. Why are you showing me diaper commercials? You know what, Sinbad? Diddy should be fucking jealous. He should be jealous. Diddy is a fucking creeper, and Luigi is hotter than any guy that Diddy has taken advantage of, including Bieber, and that's hard for me to say, okay? Because I do be getting boners for Bieber, too. A spread BH pick? You'll send it, Holyoke Joe? Are you sending that to my... Luigi can't have sex? Has that been proven? Look, guys. I hate to feel like I'm full of myself here, but I know they say he apparently, there's rumors that Luigi Mangione had erectile dysfunction. My only response to that is he hasn't seen me naked yet, so because of his back. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I've seen the screws in his back. But he hasn't seen my tight little pink hole though, so there's that. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Fucking, this has been Dark Times with Dark Matt Steve. It's past 10 o'clock now. We did almost 2 hours. Fucking, I'll be back on tomorrow night. We'll see again if the BRN brings up any of the Rhett stuff. We'll break that down here. But I have some fun stuff planned for this week. I got a few different things. Of course, if there's some crazy high profile story we need to cover, then I'll do that. But yeah, I got some different fun stuff for us to go over for the rest of the week. So I'm hoping there's no news for the rest of the week. There's just no news and we can have fun on here. So anyway, yeah, guys, fucking, I will see you tomorrow night. I should be on by 8 o'clock. Thank you all for hanging with me, for real. Thank you guys for hitting the like button and stuff. My numbers weren't too bad tonight, which is good considering I'm not on Facebook. I normally get a few good clicks and views on the Facebook depending on the topic. If it's something too conspiratorial, though, I get in a bad algorithm over there. But yeah, tonight we were on YouTube, X, and Rumble. So just seeing, I like to mix in Rumble a little bit, partly because I actually, it's been a minute since I actually signed in and looked, but this was like over a month ago when I was signed into Rumble, clicking around, fucking with stuff. At some point, it said that I had made money. I guess they've been running ads on my stuff here and there, and that I had like, this was, over a month ago, but it said I had like 20 some dollars or something. I thought that it said I had made from then running ads on my stuff, which is cool. I wasn't really even, I didn't know what the deal was with monetizing on Rumble. But I went to get clips. You guys know I posted on my YouTube channel. I got the compilation. This is me going through. Let me pull it up. Please go check out this video. I see I got a couple new subscribers. Thank you guys for hitting the sub. But on my channel, I've got a video. This is the compilation of, oh, it's got 91 views now. It wasn't bad. The first hour, I only had like 2 views on this fucking thing. But anyway, this is me live on the stream. I'll screen share here just for a second so you guys can see what I'm talking about. We're about to go, though. I'm not going to play this whole thing. But this 13-minute video, this is the segments of me going through the policy training for his 8 spiz each. I, had a little TOS violation, and YouTube made me take training. What do you want to do? So it said I violated. So this video, when I was clicking around on my own stream to get clips for this, there were ads playing on my videos. And which I don't get. If my page, I'm not, you're supposed to have 500 subs to be monetized. And I didn't think they ran ads on your shit unless you're monetized. But I got an ad when I was going through all this. I don't know what the fuck happened. Oh, Dutch Duke, was that you on the PayPal? Thank you, Dutch Duke. I forget people's names. Dutch Duke, thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate the support, man. You're the fucking GOAT, not me. You're the GOAT. Don't put that on me. That makes me nervous. I don't feel like I'm cool enough to be the GOAT. Bro, thank you so fucking much. It's my, no, thank you, dude. It's my pleasure doing the stream. I fucking love hanging with you guys, for real. There's some nights, I hope you guys can appreciate that, that I actually try to stick with this. Because, like, last Friday night, I felt like we had a fun stream, and I really did not feel like getting on. I almost just planned on canceling it and going and doing my own thing. I had I've been dealing with a lot of stress and different changes in my life and stuff like that. But this is really, it's a fun, doing the stream is a fun outlet for me. I love hanging with you guys and talking shit and showing other people, different random niche little corners of the internet that everybody might not be aware of. But yeah, guys, fucking for real. Thank you guys. I know that some people can't throw money at me. Thank you so much for the support, hitting the like and being in the fucking chat and participating. And also, obviously, a special thank you to the people that'll throw a few dollars my way if you can afford it and you feel like it. I really do appreciate it because I'm not rolling in fucking dough. The paying to fucking stream sucks, but I have to at least pay for this minimum version of StreamYard so that I can at least do what we're able to do. And I can do different platforms and don't have that fucking stupid duck up in the corner. This bastard piece of shit. This fucking scumbag. Hold on. Can't even point at him. That scumbag. That's the free version right here, guys. We have to hang out with this fucking loser if we use the free version. So anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'll see you guys in the Bubba Army chat in the morning. I will be there probably around 7 or so. And beyond that, I'll see you back on the stream tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Shit sucks. Oh, you got screws and rods in your spine too? Damn, promo code. Dude, you know what? My back has some fucking problems, man, and I'm doing my damnedest to avoid medical intervention. And I can, as long as I keep up with some of my stretches and don't go too crazy doing stuff, my discs don't, like, it doesn't hurt too bad. It's tolerable, and some days it's like not bad at all. But dude, back problems are a bitch, man. That's not a fucking joke. It's debilitating enough to make you want to go out and take out a CEO to dinner. So I'm sorry, promo code. I'm glad you hopefully you enjoy the stream and it takes your mind off of some shit. But yeah, thank you guys for all the support. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys. Fucking Sinbad. I don't know if you've seen my stream before, but thanks for hanging with us, dude. I appreciate it. Hope you feel welcome in here because you are welcome. Oh, fuck you too, bro. You got more metal in your back and neck than the Terminator. Fuck, man. I'm sorry, dude. In a wheelchair. Thank you, Sinbad. I appreciate that. I saw the number pop a little bit. Thank you. Well, goddamn, bro. I hope, I'm dealing with my own shit too here, guys. So I hope everybody enjoys this as a distraction from some shit. You enjoy it as much as I do hosting it. So, all right, you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thank you for all the support, lovers. I really appreciate it. And the fat pig, I hope you're not mad at me. Fucking, I appreciate you, dude. I'm sorry if the fat pig was one of my first like main supporters. I miss you, dude. I wish you'd be up in my chat. I hope you're not mad at me about my, not support for Holyoke Joe, but dude, I can't have like doxing stuff in my chat. I just can't do it. So I hope you're not fucking pissed off at me. I'm still playing the Fat Pig's favorite outro music. That's right. I make my own royalty-free tracks. I'm always grinding. So here's Fat Pig's favorite outro track. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you. Thank you.